first of all, I would hope that whatever inmates are there were adequately fed and cared for, that they provided for. Any excess funds initially may need to be held in reserve to see if there's a shortfall at a later point in time. However, at the end of the year, if there is some additional left over, I think personally I would like to find some local charity to assist the community if that's available and possible.
Currently, the situation is in Shelby County is having to operate under an antiquated law that was passed a long time ago that puts the sheriff personally responsible for feeding the prisoners. So if that $1.75 a day doesn't cover it, then he has to come out of pocket with that money. And it's set up in a risk-reward situation where that any profit made would come back to the sheriff. I personally would continue to keep whatever profit was in an account for a rainy day fund. I would not take any money out of it. At the end of my term, when I wish to go, I would probably do much as Larry, look for some sort of charitable aspect, probably have to do with rehabilitation of inmates, and then probably leave some for the incoming sheriff.
I would not use it for anything except department funding. Feeding the prisoners, as Chief said, if there's anything left over, then that stays in the department. As far as me taking anything at the end of my term, absolutely not. It would be left there for the incoming sheriff. It's a discretionary fund, so it could be spent for department equipment, whatever the case may be, but it's absolutely not. I would not take the money, a charitable donation, whatever the case may be, whatever the law allows. And I'm not real sure exactly what that is at this point, but I would not, I don't see it as the sheriff's money.
That department, you have to have money to make money. And what I would do is I'd make sure that the prisoners were fed properly. But at the same time, I can see that being a tier business of its own, having a farm atmosphere, creating that, having them grow their own food, volunteer to do this, and at the same time they're learning a trade. That way they're having good, solid, nutritious food on their own. And any supplement that we have, it takes 3 years to certify a field organic. So Auburn University would be over that, an extension program, and then we could take the supplement and have buyers like Whole Foods or Chipotle, which focus on these types of foods, and then that could be a profit and even fund it back in and take care of rehabilitation and other things like that. So I would use it to rehab these guys.